recording.
Hello,
Stop
everybody on
recording
YouTube. This is Nikki Wunderlich. We are joined by our good friend Thomas Ecasella.
Good evening.
Um,
Good evening, wonderful people.
Tonight, we are just gonna do a basic catch up and see how our days went and talk about our plans for tomorrow. And we'll figure out if we're gonna do anything after that. But first things first.
Well, I have a question.
Yes?
Did you want to talk, kind of touch on the two videos that we listened to last night? Because we didn't really talk about them that much because we did 4 parts.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you were tired. And yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. And we're gonna kind of touch on those videos we watched last night and kind of talk about what to do and what not to do as a YouTuber. But first, I'm gonna ask Thomas, how was your day today, Thomas?
My day was pretty good. My volunteer Lori came today, and we went to the Apple store, and they did not replace my phone. However, the guy was nice enough to clean the speakers and the microphones. And he put duct tape on the back of I think it was duct tape on the back of the phone, because the back of the phone is cracked. So he was nice enough to do that. And my volunteer Lori, I don't know, it was a while back, bought me an iPhone 8 case. And I didn't ask her to buy it for me. She just bought it for me. And that was really, really, really nice of her to do that. So I have a case on my phone again. The only thing is the front of the phone is not protected, but all the rest of the phone is protected, so yay for that. Oh, it's so good to have a case on my phone again. So that was that, and here I am, and tomorrow night I'm going out to dinner with my cousin Richie, and I'm looking forward to seeing him and doing that, and I will make a video or two, probably just one video of, no need to make 2, so I'll probably just do, it'll be long, might be long, but I'm going to do that. Hopefully my phone will be charging. I'll make sure it's charging everything. So, yeah, that's that.
Okay. Well, most iPhone cases have a little lip in the front of them where if the phone falls face down, it protects the phone screen from getting hit. You know? So your phone is protected, your phone screen is protected a little bit. I can't tell you how many times I've dropped my phone and it's landed screen down and still been alright. Because I have a case on mine as well.
I'll tell you what happened on Saturday, right?
Yeah?
So Saturday, I had to do the lawn cutting video in 2 videos.
Uh-huh.
So I go to check on my phone because I put it on a ladder in the driveway so I wouldn't get a temperature warning because the ladder wasn't that hot. I put it on a ladder. I go inside for a while, come back out, it drops off the ladder. It did not stop recording, but it was like, it said in the video, SIM card not installed. And I'm like, what the heck was that about? I don't know why I got that message. But the good news is, it didn't stop recording, but yeah, it dropped off the ladder. And it wasn't, it wasn't a high drop of, but it was a drop, nevertheless, right on the concrete.
Ooh.
Right on the concrete. But I've dropped my phone plenty of times. But yeah. Yep.
But what I was saying is, like, my case, for example, has, like, a little eighth of an inch, little lip. Where if you drop it face down, it'll kind of bounce, and the screen will still be fully intact. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And most cases have that. There are a few out there that do not. That are almost flush with the phone. But most have that little lip. Does yours have the little lip?
I am not sure.
You'd be able to feel it, like, on the sides of your phones. And on the top and bottom edges.
Gotcha. All right, so do we want to talk about the 2 videos from last night?
Yeah, I was getting there. I just hadn't gotten that far yet. So
2 of 4 bars. Signal strength. Status subscriptions. Tab. 3 of 5.
about the videos from last night. The first video was where Thomas's ex, Megan, was all over the place. She was repeating herself. And it was her first video. If you're gonna do YouTube, you do not want to be super repetitive and all over the place. You want to state what you want to state once. For example, I stated how my day was once. I'm not repeating it over and over. And at the beginning of my video, I say my name, and that's it. I don't repeat it throughout the video. You want to add anything to this, Thomas?
Yeah, her video was just all over the place, and I used her and I used those 2 videos as what
We're just talking about the first one first.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, that that first one I used to, give an example about what maybe you should not do, especially on your first video.
Right.
And she just really screwed it up.
Yeah.
She just was all over the place. Go watch the videos from last night. You guys, either on my well, not on my channel, but Nikki's channel. And part 4, Nikki, there was 4 parts. We did 4 videos last night. Part 1, 2, 3, and 4. And Nikki's gonna try to upload part 4, but I think part 1 and 2 and 3 are there, right?
Yes.
Okay. So part 4 she's gonna try to upload, but Megan's videos her first video, we'll get to the second one, but her first video was, to be quite honest, terrible.
Yes, it was.
And, as I said a few minutes ago on my channel, when we were dating, I really tried to help her and give her tips, but it just seemed to go in one ear and out the other.
Right.
So, yeah, that is the first video.
Now, for the second video, her music was so loud you couldn't even hear what she was saying. She sounded like this compared to her music. And her music was way up like this. And you don't want that. You want people to be able to hear you. Otherwise, what's the point of doing YouTube videos? Right, Thomas?
Exactly. You know what? I'm actually adding music. I picked the music that I wanted for my video, and I always put my music at 20%. So I'm going to give you guys an example of a good volume.
Okay.
And this, I'll just play a snippet. And this is a good. Actually, I'll put it at 10%. This is a good. What I'm about to play you guys is a good example of where you might want to have your music. Take a listen. So, here's the deal. Since my screen is cracked, and since for some strange reason Now, if you don't feel like your music is loud enough, try 20%. Let's try this. 20%. Pricey to, what do you call it? And that's a perfect level. I can hear myself and
right.
I can hear the music. So it's okay to adjust the volume, but make sure that your music is not too loud. Make
right.
sure that you can hear the music, but also hear you.
Right. Thank you for showing that little snippet.
Oh, of course.
Now, see, that's a good example of what to do. The video Megan did is a good example of where her music is too loud and you can barely hear her. That's a good example of what not to do. So go check out the videos from last night if you haven't already.
Right, and like I said, Nikki will try to upload part 4 so you guys can watch all the videos from last night that we did. But, and the other thing is, maybe I mentioned this last night on your channel. I can't remember. I'm sorry. So if I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. What I want to say is this: if you are doing videos, with your significant other, let's just use that for an example, or your friend, or a friend. If you're doing your video on your phone, let's just use that as an example, and your boyfriend or girlfriend or significant other, or your friend, a friend of yours is on FaceTime, you might want to put the phone on your iPad. That's what Megan did, and it worked well. When Megan and I would do her videos, she would put her phone on her iPad, and because I was on FaceTime on her iPad, and she would put the phone on her iPad, and I always could be heard loud and clear. Sometimes the calls would drop, and sometimes, well, actually a lot of times, FaceTime would go in and out, but when FaceTime was not acting up, you could hear me really well. So I just wanted to, throw that.
Or you can do like I do and just hold both devices like this next to each other.
Right. Yep. Okay. And here's the other thing I want to quickly touch on. We talked about boundaries on my channel, and it's an important topic. When you're, like, let's just use the FaceTiming 24/7 for example, or no, let's back up. Let's just say if you're in a brand spanking new relationship and you ask your significant other if he or she wants to sleep with you on FaceTime. And I don't mean that in a sexual way. I mean sleep with you. Go to sleep.
Right.
And so here's the thing. If they say no, they're not comfortable doing that with you yet, you have to respect that.
Yes.
I know we've talked about boundaries here on Nikki's channel, and I know we've talked about boundaries on my channel, but it's an important topic. You have to respect boundaries in a relationship.
Definitely.
Now, I'm going to use our Megan and when I was dating Megan, I'm going to use that relationship for an example. I was Megan's first boyfriend. And so when we first started dating, I asked her, hey, do you want to, sleep on FaceTime? And she said, I don't feel comfortable doing that right now. And I said, I was completely fine with that. Well, guess what? A few days later, she wanted to
Uploading some video heading.
and she brought it up. I didn't bring it up. She brought it up, and
Talking about what's going on with Thomas.
Then,
Uploading
fast
one
forward
video
to
heading.
November,
Uploading
the day
one
before
video. My
Thanksgiving,
videos button. Uploading my videos button.
she,
Uploading one video heading not found.
asked me if I wanted to FaceTime
Search
every
button.
day,
More actions button.
and she asked me if I wanted to
More.
sleep on
Watch on TV.
FaceTime.
Help and feedback.
Now,
Cancel
due
button.
to her
Cast
bailing on
button.
me for a week,
Play on TV or speakers.
well, the reason why she did that is because she thought at the time that the relationship was moving too fast, but in fact, I was going as slow as I could with her. But at the time, it was all too much for her and just too much at once, so she bailed on me for a week. She didn't break up with me, there was hardly any contact. It was terrible. I don't know if you remember it, but
Yes.
I think that was around the time when you're in the hospital. No, was it? No.
I don't
I think
remember.
it was before. Anyway, you remember it though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so anyway, the point is, when she asked me, so she thought that the relationship was going too fast, and anyway, so when she asked me the day before Thanksgiving, do you want to sleep on FaceTime? I immediately thought back to when she bailed on me for a week, and you know what I said to her? I didn't say, yeah, let's do it. Not being silly. I said to her, are you sure you want to do this? That's what I said to her. Are you sure you want to do this? And she said yes. And I said to her, listen, if this doesn't work, please let me know. So those are 2 things I asked her. Number 1, are you sure? And number 2, if this doesn't work, let me know.
Right.
But I made sure I made sure I asked her though. Are you sure you want to do this? So, and you know, as far as us FaceTiming 24/7 when we did that, it's also, you know, if you're going to FaceTime with someone 24/7, you need to respect their privacy. For example, I'll give you an example. Megan had some things that sometimes she wanted to do in private. Like, for example, she, at the time, called a crisis line just to talk to someone. She wasn't feeling suicidal. She just, you know, nothing like that. She wasn't feeling suicidal. She wasn't feeling suicidal. She wasn't feeling suicidal. She just wanted someone to talk to. So she would text someone from a crisis line for, I don't know, like an hour. They only gave you a certain amount of time. And she also called a line, a crisis line, to talk to someone. So in that instance, I would leave my bedroom to give her that privacy. So I you know, she'd be like, "Can you give me 30 minutes?" I'd say, "Sure, of course." And what I would do is I'd have her on my phone on FaceTime, and I would bring my iPad downstairs, and periodically I would text her and say, "Is it okay if I come upstairs?" You know, this way I wouldn't just, you know, walk in my room and barge in on her, you know, on a private her privacy, barging on her privacy, you know, with her talking to the crisis people. So it worked well, actually. And, you know, and she also had therapy sessions that she does online. So she texts her therapist, and she has to dictate to her therapist what she wants to say to her therapist. So when she'd have her hour therapy sessions, I would leave my room, of course, to give her privacy to do that. And it, you know, and there'd be some nights where she felt like she needed to call the crisis line, and sometimes she would not want to ask me, you know, to leave my room, which of course I had no problem doing, and she knew that. But sometimes I'd be in bed, and
Video
she didn't
button.
want to ask me to leave my room because God bless you. Was that a sneeze?
No, it was a cough. I was like,
Oh, she
is what I did.
she did. Yeah, she didn't want to ask me to leave my room because, you know, I was in bed. So, anyway, so yeah, so, you know, I don't know if I guess maybe she thought I didn't want to get out of bed. I don't know, but she didn't want to ask me to leave sometimes because I was in bed. But I had no problem giving her, obviously, her privacy and leaving my room. So the point is, respect boundaries and respect your significant other's privacy is the point.
Yes, definitely.
Yep. And I wanted to talk about this because, I mean, you know, it definitely is an important topic. And I really do hope that this video helps someone, you know, or a lot of people, you know.
And you're a little close to your mic.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Because everything we talked about tonight is very, very important. So, yep, that's all I got.
That's all I really have, too. So would you like to recommend a few channels?
I would love to. So please check out Nikki's channel. It's an amazing channel. Please check out Yellow Brick Cinema. Yellow Brick Cinema is a great channel for people who have
No, Yellow Brick Cinema is a great channel for music for deep
Sorry,
sleep,
I spaced out
meditation,
for a second. Sorry.
and studying.
sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Check out Depression to Expression. Depression to Expression is a great channel for people who have mental illness or depression and anxiety, or just depression or just anxiety, or both. And you can do the rest.
Please check out Lawnboy8461. Please check out Thomas's channel. That's ThomasAcocella. And like and subscribe to it. And hit that notification bell.